Hey everyone, this is Rick here from Hamilton Sports Central, and we are here for our now third game of the day, second OUA game. This one is Carleton Ravens at York Lions, a game from yesterday. We haven't seen it yet.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another season of OUA Football from York University. My name is Griffin Porter. Thrilled to be back with you.
So we're here for York University and the
joining me is
Carleton Ravens.
Here on opening day as we're getting ready to get started across.
And then after this, our next one's at 7 o'clock, and then we have a 10 o'clock, and then that's it for today.
We have two teams that are interesting players. No one quite knows what to make of some of these rosters here. So what do you think we're looking at?
Lions. Ravens and Lions, and Tigers and Bears am I.
Well, that's exactly the next talking point that I wanted to get to. Keegan Hall had his 1 year here at York University. It was an excellent year, but he is out of eligibility. He has aged out. So Maurice Soja comes in from the CJFL. We know that head coach Dexter Dranke has his CJFL connections and is not afraid to use them. Maurice Soja comes from the St. Clair Saints. What can OUA fans expect to see out of the York Lions' new quarterback?
Oh, I forgot that he was in the league. I'll have to go get him in the franchise.
Yeah, I was watching some of that CJFL tape. This guy can tuck it and run. I am really excited to watch him. And, of course, we know that there's an uber-talented quarterback on the other side for the Carleton Ravens. Elijah Barnes finally sort of has the clear runway this year. The starting job is all his. What are you expecting to see out of the Ravens?
So York's in red pants, red jerseys. And I haven't seen the Ravens yet. Let me skip ahead.
Get our first look at the Lions offense.
So Ravens are white jerseys, black pants.
But Malchus Alunga out, Greg Seeley out, Rex Walker's time to shine.
No, I don't want to see sure. We'll just have to go up a little bit bigger.
Avery Ford, a game time decision.
No, I want us to score. We'll just do it this way. We'll see the next few plays, but that's okay.
So, the big threat for Maurice Soja taken off the board before he makes his OUA and U Sports debut.
How do I put this? Ravens jerseys kind of like
it's working on
think of Ottawa red black pants and a white jersey.
Definitely working on me. It's like Malik Gagne Smith, one of the returners back there for the Lions. The other one I think is Sam Cowan. Numbers when they stand parallel to us, it's sort of difficult to read the shoulder numbers.
So Ravens are going from left to right, and they're going to be kicking off to the York Lions.
Our first look at special teams coordinator Frazier Sopik. We'll get more into that as the game continues. But for now, we are underway.
Carleton Thigh kicks off for 52 yards to the York 20. Malik Smith returns for 17 yards to the York 20. Okay. Izzo, here's a question for you. How much of the CFL knowledge do you have? Because I want to mention a name and I want to see if you remember it, but I want to see how far back your knowledge goes. Like when you were watching the CFL, like, when did you start watching it?
Lions as well this season. Jamie
The
Cook
reason why I
is
say that is because I found out yesterday the Ottawa GG's head coach used to be a coach for the Ticats back in the day.
Maurice Soja will get our first look at the quarterback.
Rex Walker rushes for 9 yards to the York 28.
Our first look at Walker on the season, and he has a good run all the way up past the 35, close to a first down. That'll set up a second and short, and maybe this is where the legs of Maurice Soja will come into play. You actually saw the legs of Soja, the weapon that he is.
Do you remember a coach for the Ticats? Okay. Do you remember a coach for the Ticats between 07-11 by the name of Marcel Balfe? I can't remember if he was the head coach or offensive coordinator.
37, Soja in the shotgun. Looking to throw, now he'll run. Soja.
Maurice Soja rushes for 6 yards to the York 44. Jordan Mulanda with the tackle.
Trouble, not a 60-yard touchdown run just yet. Like I'm sure we'll see at some point, but a solid start and got the job done with the first down. In the secondary for the Ravens on this first down look. As Walker swings out wide, and it's a jet sweep into the hands of Zach Smith. We know they love
Zach Smith rushes for 2 yards.
Nice coverage by the Carleton Ravens on first down.
So it's going to be 2nd and 8 for York.
Zach Smith, who had 409 yards last year on 25 catches.
Okay, let's see if I can. Marcel Balfe. Does this face look familiar?
Walker swings out wide again on 2nd and long. So just first pass of his
I think it was 2011
Rex Walker caught for a first down. Walker
when he was with Hamilton.
Free of his man, but they got enough of a piece
Or sorry, 2008.
but still
2008, he was the offense coordinator. Then in 2008 to 2011, he was head coach. Oops, that's not what I want. 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 That's not what I want.
Lions onto the Carleton side.
Let's go back here.
55. Soja looks to throw on first down.
Soja passes to Rex Walker for 12 yards to the Carleton 52.
Couldn't quite reel it in. That was David Choker the first year.
Looks like Kevin Bieksa. Maybe it's his long lost relative.
A tough break for the York Lions on first down. That play set up by the play, just 3 or 4 plays for that.
Don't worry about that. Maurice Soja passing complete to David Choker.
Still a good sign, though, to get a man wide open like that inside the 10. Now 2nd and long for the Lions after the incomplete pass. Soja looking to throw again. Pressure comes, scrambles out. Signals that he's going to go for it. Maurice Soja off and running. Picks up the first down and stumbles down around the 36 or so.
Soja rushes for 16 yards to the Carleton 36.
From the York Lions faithful in attendance today.
So it's going to be a first down for York Lions.
And diming their way down the field right now as they pick up another first down. Soja looking to throw again. Out wide and bobbled and dropped. A tough break there for the Lions.
Maurice Soja pass incomplete to David Choker. 2nd and 10. So he's actually the head coach of the Ottawa GG's university team. Ottawa GG's is the first team that we watched the first game that we watched yesterday. That's how I found out that he was the head coach.
2nd and 10, Lions right on the edge of field goal range. Would love to get a few yards here either way. Soja looking to throw. He's got a man deep once again. Open in the end zone just over his head. Wasn't able to connect.
Maurice Soja, incomplete pass to Jaden Shallow. So you got Shallow and Choker.
We'll get our first look at program stalwart Nathan Walker, who had a nice off-season adventure with the Toronto Argonauts before returning to York this season. It looks like they're going to go for the field goal here. It's about a 43-yarder for Walker. An excellent punter as well. Walker gets the kick up, splits the uprights beautifully.
Nathan Walker kicks a 43-yard field goal and gets it.
Season after Maurice Soja authors a strong statement. It gets down the field, covers about 70 yards, and Nathan Walker, with the wind at his back, made no mistake. I would categorize that as a success, man.
So York Lions take a 3-0 lead in the first quarter.
Incomplete passes. That's a great point. So now Carleton and Elijah Barnes will get a chance to respond. Our first look at the Ravens offense this season. It's a pass out to Frederick Hashi. Hashi makes two men miss, and he's scampering up the sidelines before he's eventually knocked out of bounds by Jack Roberts.
Elijah Barnes passes to Frederick Hashi. First 17 yards to the Carleton 52. Jack Roberts with the tackle. But it's a penalty on Carleton for holding. So he back up to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, something he can feel good about, even if it won't go down in the stat sheets. First and long now for Barnes as the handoff goes up the middle, just a little chunk play to try and make it second and manageable.
Barnes passes, or
nice rush there.
Keyshawn Reed rushes for 7 yards to the Carleton 32. Second and 13. Oh, the GGs. I remember the hockey team that made the school. I look like mud.
Second and long for
Bad Boys of Hockey.
Ravens.
There's so let's hope. Marcel keeps the football.
That one's just a couple yards.
Yeah, I didn't even know Canadian University had a hockey league.
Preferred targets over the past few seasons, so that'll be a 2-and-out with the help of a penalty for the Carleton offense.
Elijah Barnes passes incomplete to Benjamin Huckabone. So we have Choker, Shallow, and Huckabone.
Nice job by the Lions defense to get off the field quickly after
penalty for
holding call.
Carleton, no yards.
Bounces off the helmet of a Lions receiver. That's a live ball. Good recovery by York, and the flag.
And also offside for York.
Smith had to play that one as it bounced off the helmet of one of his gunners. And that's a dangerous play that Fraser Sopik will have been holding his breath through.
Yeah, it's great situational awareness by Gagne Smith. Make sure that he's the one to pick up that ball. So many guys knocking down the field.
Yeah, you never want to take the risk. And let's, as the referees discuss,
who needs help?
Let's talk a little
the hockey economy.
OUA fans, of course, know the name. Had a legendary career at Western. Won the President's Trophy as the nation's best defensive player in 2018. Won a Vanier.
Yeah, it is $1 trillion industry.
24, a great TFL career, and has now joined this York Lions program as the special teams coordinator. I think this is a very hot coaching prospect. Still a very young man, but someone who I think when he was announced to the staff, fans sort of sat up and took notice. This is a guy who knows how to win championships, and it's going to be a great addition to this coaching staff. So they are going to replay third down offside on.
So they're replaying third down for Carleton.
No yards on Carleton. Those will cancel each other out.
Sports Cannon advertiser friends.
For Malik Gagne-Smith, another chance for the Carleton punter, Jonah Pazian.
Listen, I've had people approach me about Forge FC. I've had people approach me about PWHL. There's not enough time in a day to do every sport.
Oh, a really short punt there. Flags are going to fly on that, and the ball is just whistled.
Jonas Passon punts for 23 yards to the Carleton 25.
Center line. Maurice Soja's going to be in excellent position here on his second drive of the game. 45-yard line of the Carleton Ravens. This Ravens defense.
It's going to be an interesting start for York Lions already on the Carleton 45-yard line.
Walker now comes in to be the tailback, but gets out to block. As Soja's looking to run, he gets spun down.
Sojay passes or rushes for 2 yards to the Carleton 45. Jordan Mulanda with the tackle. Yeah, we need to encourage the other that can help promote our special capital. So, Lane Lane's schedule started to get busy because he's actually doing junior A hockey, like the Ontario junior A hockey. He's a play-by-play guy for Burlington. Maurice Soja passes to Jaden Shallow for 39 yards to the Carleton 4. Jake Henderson with the tackle.
We mentioned off the top that Maurice Soja was playing for the St. Clair Saints last season. Guess where Jaden Shallow was playing? The St. Clair Saints as well. Those guys know each other quite well. Soja looking to run on first and goal, trying to get to the outside. Dives for the pylon. I don't think he got it. No, they're going to rule him down around the 2 yards.
Maurice Soja rushes for 2 yards to the Charlton 2. So I'll actually have two flow hockeys, because there's going to be one I get with the Hamilton Hammers as a season ticket holder, but that will only cover AHL, whereas the other one that I have, I'll be able to do ECHL games and other leagues too, because I got to keep an eye on the Trenton Ice Hawks, the Hamilton ECHL development team.
Good play by the Carleton defense.
Rex Walker rushes for 1 yard to the Carleton 1, so it's going to be third and goal.
And it doesn't look like there's any.
Yeah, Flow Hockey has OHL. Flow Hockey has all different kinds of hockey on there. Under 15, under 17, hockey tournaments, rep hockey, you name it, Flow Hockey has it. WHL, ECHL, QMJHL, all of those fun jazz teams. Maurice Soja rushes for 1 yard to the Carleton end zone for a touchdown.
Their first touchdown of the season, less than 10 minutes into the game, and we are off and running here at York University as the Lions make quick work of that drive thanks to the huge catch by Jaden Shallow.
That's the short field off the punch and a quick little push to finish it off. Soja picking up right where he left off in the CJF. That's 14 rushing touchdowns a couple of years ago.
Who, like the app?
Walker just needs to put the
type thing
through the uprights, which he does no problem. Heading straight for the cameras. And
makes it 10-0 for York Lions over Carleton.
Can you get a football onto the Carleton buses are out there, so we can crack a window. the goal. That's what we're all really here to see. 10-0, the York Lions lead the Carleton Ravens with 6 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. And, Matt, there have been other years where we have had to wait a game or two to see the York Lions' first touchdown of the season. This is a program that has struggled on offense at times in recent years. It was better last year under Keegan Hall, like we mentioned, and a very strong start here as they're off and running.
I look up the northern. Okay, that's another one that's on there. As I grew up there, and I just cringe at remote locations and road trips on those winter roads. So funny thing is, I've actually done all of the OHL except for Sault Ste. Marie and Sudbury. Those are the only 2 rinks I have left to do for the OHL.
2 men back to receive for the Carleton Ravens. Keyshawn Reed is one of them. Let's see if they can get to the talented tailback. They got some binoculars down at the other end of the press box here. We got to get our hands on those. Kick is fielded by Reed inside his own end zone. He tries to run it out past the 10, past the 20. Eventually, he's taken down. A flag does fly.
Nathan Walker kicks off for 68 yards to the Carleton end zone. Keyshawn Reed returns it for 24 yards to the Carleton 21, but it's a legal block. 11 yards for Carleton to the 10. Kenora, Thunder Bay. Yeah, I don't even know at what point would I go to Sudbury and Sault Ste. Marie now, because unless I did it in September on a bye week for the Ticats, because now that I'm doing 3 sports, I now have CFL from April, well, off season too, but April to November. I have OUA from August to November, and then I have AHL from October to April. So I have sports all year round. Keyshawn Reed rushes for 2 yards to the Carleton 12. Kyle Simons with the tackle.
Second and 8 on the scoreboard. York fans in attendance try and make a little noise to help out their defense. Jaden Dix tried to get to Elijah Barnes, but the pass gets out.
What is with the last names in this game?
Nash McDonald, but he was taken down.
Like, honestly, Elijah Barnes pass complete to Nash McDonald for 5 yards. Did I miss one? Okay, never mind. I'm thinking of something else then. Oh, so yeah, I did miss one. Okay. Team rush for 17 yards.
Technically second punt of the game.
Okay, so no, maybe not.
Before he gets the chance, Carleton calls a timeout. I think they spotted that they had one extra man on the field. So quickly scampering off is number 49, Prince Onyemali.
Analyst needs a bush plane to take the show on the road and go fishing at the desk. Well, I can definitely tell you will not be including me because I will have too many sports to do. Especially if I'm going to Toronto. There's a game in Belleville that I want to catch this year in Laval. But I also have to work extra hours to pay off the fix because I just fixed my car, so I got to do that too. Oh, what an extra few couple months it's going to be. So Carleton takes a 17-yard loss for a safety.
After the whistle, 3 penalties for 35 yards already on the board for Carleton, like you were saying, man. So they've come at inopportune times, starting drives, pushing them back. And now, our third attempt at a punt from Jonah Pazian. And he is going to take the safety, some field management there, and more pushing and shoving. We've got a Ravens player who lost his helmet on the play. The Lions special teams fired up.
Oh, it was a busy time for sure.
2 more points on the board for York. 12-0. They now.
I mean, so the only time that it doesn't get busy, as I was looking at my schedule, where's the other page? So once I'm down to one sport is November 22nd. November 23rd. November 23rd to April is when I only have one sport a week. One sport for the season. Unless I have like off-season videos to make.
Still plenty of time left in this one for either team to take control of this game, but right now, early on, it has been all York Lions. 4 minutes, 35 seconds remain here in the first quarter. The Carleton offense has run 4 plays. They have 2 2-and-outs.
Carleton offense has only run 4 plays. Damn. And it's like almost.
It'll be a kickoff from 35.
What do we got? 4 minutes and 35 seconds left.
It'll go back onto the leg of Carleton Ty. Excuse me, man. An unfortunate beginning for the Ravens offense that I think a lot of people were excited to see under Elijah Barnes, but penalties also hampering Carleton.
Carleton kicks off for 35 yards to York 35. But there's a holding on York.
Knocked out of bounds around the 40.
So they go back 10 yards.
Hard blocks up the field, and the flag does fly. So we'll see if this one might come down a little bit. Players tangled up wherever you look after every special teams play, in particular these 2 special teams units, wasting no time getting acquainted here on the opening day of the season.
There's 3 different sets of players all tangled up with each other. Look exactly in the
Yeah, after the penalties hamstring the 2 Carleton drives before they really start. This time it's York's turn to be pushed backwards, and we'll see what Maurice Soja can do in his 3rd drive of his OUA career. We'll see how long we keep that count going. 1st and 10 from his own 20. Rex Walker to his left, and Walker does indeed get the ball.
Rex Walker rushes for 11 yards to York 31.
Scampers and gets out of bounds across the line to gain. A great run by the second year.
Joel Checkwe with the tackle.
Yeah, it's interesting looking at this team as Walker stumbles across the line of scrimmage, tripped on the imaginary line there. And
Walker rushes for 1 yard to the York 32, so it's 2nd and 9.
Talking on the season preview show from our friends at the OUA Football Show, Wade Zanketta and Connor O'Neill, shout out to them. And he was talking just about how young this team is, an average age of just over 20, lots of 1st and 2nd years, and how he doesn't have a lot of entrenched 3rd, 4th year starters, guys like that. So we're seeing some of these new faces. Rex Walker, who we mentioned was the 3rd string running back last year. Jaden Shallow, who's fresh to the OUA. Maurice Soja, of course, we've talked about him as he looks for 2nd down here. Pressure coming. So can't escape this time as he is stripped down. Ball's out. Carleton has the football. The Ravens took it out of the hands of Maurice Soja, and a huge
Soja sacked for a 4-yard loss to York 24. DeAndre McKenzie with the sack. Fumbled by or fumble forced by DeAndre McKenzie, fumbled by Murray Soja, recovered by Carleton's DeAndre McKenzie, and it is going to be Carleton ball at the York 28.
You got to capitalize here if you're alive and Carleton offense.
Yeah, maybe a bit of that youth we were talking about rearing its head for York on that one as Barnes looks to throw. The lefty's got a man deep, caught in the end zone, touchdown. Ravens are right back in it. Fred Hashi with
Barnes pass complete to Frederick Hashi for 28 yards for a touchdown.
And Carleton just cut the York lead in half in the blink of an eye.
Three more touchdowns to break that school record. The pitch pass doesn't get much easier than that. He puts two defenders on the throw over the top. And just like that, in the blink of an eye.
Just like that. Ravens are only down by 5. Trick your Ravens, yes, a touchdown. I'm pretty sure.
But I'm still trying to keep up with the trends. You know, I think I know the scuba. I think I can recognize it. So good celebration there from the quarterback as the York defense put in a tough position as Ty kicks it through the uprights. And one play was all it took for the Ravens to get right back in this game, and all the momentum that York had suddenly in jeopardy.
That's a little unfortunate. You mentioned how young York was, and I was
Yeah.
got the next opportunity. I was going to say something. That youthfulness is almost at their advantage because they don't know any better. They come in and saw that the first couple of York drives. They knew what they were doing.
So it's 12-7. Oh, I know what I was going to do.
Well, they'll get a chance to show it right here as the offense obviously going to come right back out onto the field for the York Lions. Another kick from Carleton Ty, who's been busy in this first quarter. Another chance for Fraser Sopik to show off his
Oh, I guess not.
kick return scheme.
I guess not.
It's windy here today. You can see those flags on the goalpost whipping, blowing from the right side of the screen to the left if you're watching at home. Deep kick. Gagne Smith is able to get in, and now he's off and running.
Carleton Thigh kicks off for 59 yards to the York 6. Mike Gagne Smith returns it for 25 yards to York 31. Brody Burke with the tackle.
Buried him in the ground. These special teams playing with some edge and some fire right now under Fraser Sopik.
I looked to see if I had a Bill Reed $20 bill. I'm right. So who's on the what Bill Reed $20 bill? Are you talking about U.S. bills or are you talking about Canadian bills?
Oh, instead it dangerously close to his second as he bobbles the handoff with Rex Walker.
Maurice Soja rush for 0 yards to York 31. Fumble forced by the team. Recovered by Rex Walker at the 28-yard line. So loss of 3 yards, 2 yards.
Last couple plays, we'll see how he recovers on second and long. Probably going to be looking to throw here. Only 3 on the defensive line for Carleton as they prepare for a passing down. Let's see what Soja can do on second and 14 after the
second and 14.
Drop back, just drops it off to Rex Walker. Walker up to the 40, and that's about all he'll get. He reaches for the 40.
Murray Soja pass complete to Rex Walker for 12 yards to the York 40. Ralph Michael with the tackle.
Here on a third and very short. We're going to say it's 1 full yard, and Nathan Walker's going to come out to do some punting.
No, I wasn't sure what you meant by the Bill Reed $20 bill. If it was like a Canadian bill, American bill. What are you asking me?
Chunk yardage play as Lions set up 4 layers of extra protection for Walker. No one makes it through the first line, though, and the kick is deep. Nathan Walker, the massive leg all the way down to the 5. What a punt. But now plenty of room to run. Taken down at the 20. A flag flies. Despite a nice, clean tackle. Looked like that was number 24 for the Lions. Pardon me. First game of the season. They might not even have a 24, so I might have just missed it. Oh, no, it was Evan Guizzo who got there. Made the good open field tackle, and we'll see what the penalty is.
To go for it on 3rd and short when you got a leg like that. You're blocking the back on Carleton, pushing him even further back inside the Rome's 10.
These special teams penalties starting to play a real impact in this game on both sides, but especially Carleton right now.
That's the, I think the 3rd special teams penalty of the game.
If that was any indication, he got all of that. Again, the wind at his back here in the first quarter. Running is Keyshawn Reed on first down. He gets spun down. Nice middle of the field tackle by guess who? Peyton Ryder, who was a
Keyshawn Reed rushes for 5 yards to the Carleton 14. Peyton Ryder for the tackle.
55 and a half tackles, 43 solo tackles. Both were second highest in the OUA. He missed all of last season, but Peyton Ryder, great to have him back. I'm sure Greg Knox is the first person to say that. Real anchor in the middle of that defense. Barnes looking to throw. It's caught, reeled in by Stavros Lianos, and he's brought down right around the 30. That'll be a first down for the Carleton Ravens there. First down of the game, technically, because the other one was a touchdown. Ravens moved the chains. First and 10 from their own 30 for the Carleton offense in their white away uniforms today. And off once again. Reed, this time he doesn't get past the defensive line. Nice play by the York defense.
Barnes passes to Stavros Lions for 16 yards to the Carleton 30.
1 down, 3 to go here from the York Lions.
Rayshawn Reed rushes for 1 yard to the Carleton 31, so it's 2nd and 9. And it's the end of the first quarter as York takes a 12-7 lead into the second quarter. As we wait to start the first quarter. And the sound is horrible. At least the sound isn't too bad.
University athletics to launch from your team to our team. Just like any team sport, policing is all about teamwork.
Second quarter time here at York University. If you're just joining us, you missed a doozy of a first. 12-7, the Lions lead the Ravens. We've had penalties, we've had turnovers, we've had touchdowns, we've had OUA debuts. We've had everything you want out of opening day as Elijah Barnes looks to throw on 2nd and 9. Nice catch there right along the sideline. Nash McDonald reels that in. McDonald, singular, pardon me. He was right around the line of the game, but he does move the chains.
Elijah Barnes passes to Nash McDonald for 11 yards to the Carleton 42. So it's going to be a first down Carleton Ravens at their 42-yard line.
Ravens offense starting to find their footing here in this first half after a couple 2-and-outs to start the season. They're looking much better. Hand off to Keyshawn Reed on first down. Bounces off the first man. Can't get away from the second. York defensive line.
Keyshawn Reed rushes for 3 yards to the Carleton 45. And then Barnes throws incomplete. Almost intercepted. I think there's... 1 second. Okay. Jonas pass and punts 45 yards to the 20. Malik Gagnon-Smith returns for 16 yards to the York 36. That's incomplete. They don't even have this in order. Like, they're missing plays.
Soja and Walker, a little confusion there. Fires over the middle.
I'm probably not there yet. Quick pass from Soja. Connects to Zach Smith. Tries to turn the corner. Gets inside the 5 before he drops it. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Yeah, we're not even there yet. It's like they're missing a whole bunch of plays here.
So third down, last time. Soja not trying to take that long this time as he looks deep for the end zone, not able to connect with Nick Shiwadi.
So the pass intended for number 0, and Wadi's more incomplete. Second and last.
So now there's the flag there. So it's illegal procedure for York. 5 yards to the 10-yard line.
Oh, it was actually procedure. The 5 yards remains the same. The reason different, not as much on the second and goal from the 10 now. Now he's going to try and escape, but he's brought. Oh no, he's still on his feet. Soja trying to make something out of nothing. Eventually, an entire flock of Carleton Ravens gets to him. Brings him down.
Murray Soja rushes for 1 yard to the Carleton 9. It's going to be third down York.
Out of Louisville, Kentucky.
I'll figure that out later. Hoping that the music doesn't get picked up on here, and then we get copyrighted for music. York got a field goal. Nathan Walker, so they take a 15-7 lead.
Nathan Walker now having to kick into the wind.
Nathan Walker kicks off for 50 yards to the Carleton 15-yard line. Matthew Morin returns it for 20 yards to the Carleton 35. Graydon Gill with the tackle. Elijah Barnes rushes for 3 yards to the Carleton 38, so it's going to be 2nd and 7. And then Elijah Barnes passes to Nash McDonald for 14 yards to the Carleton 52-yard line. Riley Bufellow with the tackle. Keyshawn Reed rushes for no gain to the Carleton 52-yard line. So it's 2nd down, Carleton Ravens. 2nd and 10. Barnes passes to Frederick Hashi for 30 yards to the York 28. Gordon Walsh with the tackle. Elijah Barnes passes to Stavros Lenius for 12 yards to York 16. Carleton first and 10 at the York 16. Elijah Burns passes it to Frederick Hashi for 3 yards to the York 13. Matthew Morin rushes for no gain on the play, so it's 3rd and 7 from the York 13. Carleton coming on to kick the field goal. Carleton with the with the field goal to cut it within 5 as Carleton tie gets the field goal.
So the pass intended for number 90 to Shallow Falls. Second down left.
Maurice Sajai pass incomplete to Jaden Shallow for a 2nd and 10. And then Maurice Sajai rushes for 1 yard to the York 36. So it's 3rd and 9, and the punting unit is coming out for York Lions. Nathan Walker punts 41 yards to the Carleton 33. Chambers returns for 2 yards to the Carleton 35. Riley Maston with the tackle. Keyshawn Reed rushes for 2 yards to the Carleton 37. Sina Baya with the tackle. So it's 2nd and 8 from the Carleton 37. Barnes passes to Nash McDonald for 22 yards to the York 51. Kyle Simons with the tackle. Elijah Barnes passes to Frederick Hashi for 4 yards to the York 47. 2nd and 6. Barnes passes to Keyshawn Reed for 5 yards, so it's 3rd and 1. Timeout York. They hadn't have gotten their players set yet. Where do I have that day? 19. When is it? It is. Not that one. 18th. Yeah, I can do that. Zachary Georges rushes for no gain to the York 42. So it looks like it's a Carleton turnover on downs. You see this a lot in the OUA. You go for 3rd down and short, and you don't get it, especially on opening week. I have to go back and look at the numbers to see what the actual number is for this week. Maurice Soja passes to Rex Walker for 4 yards to the York 46. Minute 47 left in the second quarter. Second and 6 for the York Lions. Maurice Saja sacked by Jordan Mulanda for 6 yards. Nathan Walker punts at 42 yards to the Carleton 28. Jamie Chambers returns it for 14 yards to the Carleton 42. Elijah Barnes passes to Benjamin Hackabone for 5 yards to the Carleton 47. Elijah Burns passes Hackabone again for 7 yards, so it's a first down, Carleton Ravens. Elijah Barnes passes to Nash McDonald for 34 yards to the York 22. Israel Indy with the tackle.
And let's make some noise for your team, bros.
Elijah Barnes passes to Dante Spadaccini for 3 yards to York 19. So it's 2nd and 7 at the York 19. Elijah Barnes passes to Frederick Hatchie for 19 yards. To take the lead just before halftime. That's the second time those two have been connected today. Ravens get the extra point, so it's 17-15 going into halftime. Penalty on York for 5 yards. So instead of them kicking at the Carleton 45, they're going to kick it off at the Carleton 5. Carleton Thigh kicks it off for 61 yards to the York end zone. Malik Gagnon Smith returns it for 24 yards to the York 23. Jake Henderson with the tackle with 6 seconds left. Actually, quick carries.
Number 2, Minnesota takes the lead and brings it in the first half to score 17 Ravens 15.
So it is halftime. So let's change this to third quarter and save that. We'll keep that there, and we will. We'll wait a few minutes and let this do. Okay, did I miss something?
Check. The Ravens.
Check it out.
For Carleton, they took a wider lead and they already had 24 to 15. A huge catch by a rejoiner.
No, because they screwed up the freaking commercials for the university.
Student athletes, you know what it takes to push harder, go further. Just like Ravens,
Okay, I'm hearing the stadium audio, but then I'm hearing the OUA commercial audio, and but get the OUA commercial video and not the feed from the stadium. Can't even hear what he's saying.
Just like any
National Championship on Thursday, September 3rd for the Lions softball team in the International National Wonders. Running for 2 p.m. and 8:15 p.m. Check out the action regularly with Lions Stadium.
Are you ready to step up? Join Peel Regional Police and take your city to the next level.
I wish this thing would like sync together. Would actually make sense. Why are we playing another OUA commercial? They played the same commercial like 5 times. This is why I like to skip it, but I can't because I don't know. It's not synced up. We're playing the commercial again. Watching this commercial at halftime is almost like as bad as watching the CFL Plus commercial over and over and over again, and makes you want to pull your teeth. Red Bull gives you wings. Oh, now we gotta go with a Wendy's commercial. Oh my God. Okay, second down.
Once again, and it looks like it was the center rejoin us. Rejoin us here with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
6 minutes. Dang, okay, so they've missed all of this. Carleton has a touchdown. Oh, my Lord. One yard touchdown. So they're at 20. They'd be at 24.
Check. The Ravens.
No, I'm not dead yet. So I went to go skip halftime. They skipped half of the third quarter. They didn't even put it on the on-demand feed. No, Lane, I'm not dead yet. So right now it's 24 to 15.
And welcome back, folks. Apologies for the technical delays here, but glad you're finally able to rejoin us here with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left to go.
Okay, 6 minutes and 50 seconds left to go.
24 to 18.
So Nathan Walker had an 18-yard field goal.
Lions just picked up a first down on third down. Wobbled handoff once again, and it looks like it was the center.
Walker, 50-yard field goal.
Evan Luterati fell on that ball and prevented a turnover.
So that would make it 18.
Lions received the second half kickoff despite receiving the first half kickoff, Matt.
6.5. Okay, 6.5. That's 9. So about here.
Since then, York starts with a 2 and out, and then on the next drive, a huge catch by a wide open Fred Hashi moves Carleton way down the field. They eventually punch it in. Matthew Moran made that first real rushing touchdown. He punches it in from a goal-to-go situation. Socha looks to throw. Wheels that to his right. Looking like he wants to run. Maurice Soja showing off a bit of the wheels as he got close, but I don't think he got all the way there on second down. So that was a touchdown for Carleton. They took a wider lead than they already had, 24 to 15. A big kickoff return.
So now they're at Carleton 45. Okay, so we're right here. Okay. Gotcha. So it's 3rd and 3 at the Carleton. So it's 24-18 for Carleton.
And now we're going to see Nathan Walker again. Just hits a 50-yarder. Did he have 2 more yards?
So he misses a 57.
Had some big kicks in this game already. This is a test of the veteran kicker. It looks good. Straight. Oh, no. Missed left. Had plenty of leg. Just didn't get it through the uprights. The first miss for Walker. And here's a rush out for Reed.
Returns it to the 38 yards to the Carleton 33. Jack Roberts with the tackle.
Sorry, Matt. Yes, Nathan Walker.
So because of the technical difficulties, we missed from the 15 to the 6.5 minute mark. So half of the third quarter we missed. But now we're back synced up. At least for the 7 o'clock game when we watch Queens in Toronto, we won't have this issue.
Clearly put a ton of value on that, willing to give up the kickoff to start both halves in order to get it. So we'll see if that comes into play here. But really, if you're just joining us here, my name's Griffin Porter, first of all, joined by Matthew Issacow. It's been sort of a tale of 2 quarters in that first half. The first quarter looked really good for the York Lions. They got the benefit of some penalties. Offense was moving well, and they got out to a 12-0 lead. And then since then, it's really been
Carleton Ravens are on the Carleton 33-yard line. No, Lane, I'm still alive. I still have 2 games after this to do today. The 7 o'clock game, the OUA game at 7. And then I'm going to be doing the BC Ottawa game that was supposed to be at 7. I'm going to be doing it at after the Queens game is over.
Yeah, Barnes is really starting to click with his receivers here.
So I still got 2 more games left. Then I have to do 2 articles for the analyst test. Then I go to bed. Is the plan.
Matthew Moran gets the privilege of running into the eye of the hurricane there.
All right. Stop for a second.
Maw of the hurricane.
Morin rushes for 4 yards to the Carleton 37. Cena Baya and Peyton Ryder with the tackle. But see, now the thing is, with me doing the 5 games today, that means tomorrow, Tuesday.
Down goes Barnes. Jaden Dix got there from behind while
Tomorrow,
Jason Pratt met the quarterback.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
For the Lions, who were really struggling on second and long on defense.
I don't have anything to do and I can relax. Yeah, because the Montreal BC game isn't until Friday after work.
Coach Greg Knox would love to see from Jaden Dix, who has all the talent to be a real game record in the OUA.
Elijah Barnes sacked for a loss of 10 yards to the Carleton 27. And then Jonas Passon punts 38 yards to the York 45. Malik Gagnon Smith returns it for 14 yards to the Carleton 51. And it's a penalty. Unnecessary roughness on Carleton.
That would be, of course, you want your players to play with some style. Unnecessary roughness on the Ravens is the call. Maybe part of the reason for the talking. I believe they said it was on 5.
So it's up to the Carleton 36-yard line.
Might have been number 6, Arthur Bedard, perhaps. Or maybe someone sneaking in on a fake Carleton jersey. But I think it was probably number 6 who got the penalty there. So that'll help the Lions out as well. Soja looks to make a quick run first down.
So Maurice Soja pass complete to Jaden Shallow for 7 yards to the Carleton 29. Joshua Awoodsey with the tackle.
Penalties have really mostly been coming on special teams for Carleton, starting and ending drives in difficult situations. Something that they're going to be working on with special teams coordinator Max Holiday. Speaking of coordinators on the Carleton sideline there, their offensive coordinator Nathaniel Griffith played for York for several years as Jaden Shallow dives for the end zone. It'll come down to the spot. Touchdown, Lions! Shallow made something out of nothing on that one. Made several guys miss on the slant route.
So Maurice Shada passes to Jaden Shallow for 29 yards to the Carleton end zone. So that's a touchdown for York Lions.
Nathan Walker will kick to give the Ravens, or the Lions, pardon me, a lead with 2 minutes and 59 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
So York would take the lead.
Puts it on the road, bounces, not quite going to make it to the Carleton bus. Unfortunate, but we'll see if he can crack a window a little later.
So it's going to make it 25-24 for Lions.
That's right, yeah. Some of those CJFL guys come in with a
Yep.
couple years
The
ago.
Lions have
Already
some bite. Lions take a bite out of the Griffin. Nathan Walker kicks off for 60 yards to the Carleton 5-yard line. Keyshawn Reed returns for 17 yards to the Carleton 22. Graydon Gill with the tackle.
Bouncing around the OUA here, the University of Ottawa GGs are in Waterloo. That's the only other game going on right now. They currently lead the Warriors 21-14. About 10 minutes left in the third quarter there, according to our friends at OUA.ca. Later
Yeah, it's good up for a good
Guelph plays
rivalry.
Laurier. That's going to be some must-see TV as the kickoff is returned. Keyshawn Reed can't quite get past the first wave, and another successful coverage by this York special team.
You got to remember this game was yesterday at the same time that we did the Ottawa Waterloo game. So that's why they were talking about the Waterloo Ottawa GG's game.
Elsewhere around the league, just to finish that off, Winter and McMaster play at 7 tonight, and tomorrow we've got Queens playing U of T. Barnes looking to throw on first down. Here comes the pressure. Elijah Barnes tries to dump it off. Nice catch by Keyshawn Reed, and he shakes away from a tackler. Now he's got room to run. Reed up the sideline, scampers out of bounds.
Elijah Barnes pass complete to Keyshawn Reed for 21 yards to the Carleton 43. Peyton Ryder with the tackle. Elijah Barnes passes to Frederick Hashi for 9 yards to the Carleton 52. Drew Larag with the tackle. So, Israel, let me ask you this: Why is Waterloo a great town in October? Would like to know.
Pass caught by Keyshawn Reed once again, and Reed gets the first down he was looking for, and then just
Elijah Barnes passes to Keyshawn Reed for 5 yards to the York 53-yard line.
Elijah Barnes, completion machine right now. Just nothing hitting the turf. Throws Barnes. He's got a man right open on the left side of the field. Pardon me. That was Stavros Lianos, who's had a couple of good catches in this game, and right now it's just simple passes for the Carleton Ravens as they are body blowing the York Lions defense.
Barnes passes to Stavros Leons for 9 yards to the York 44. Gordon Walsh with the tackle.
Nice coverage there by the York linebacking core. Not quite able to stop Carleton rusher before he was able to pick up the first down, but still able to limit the gain. And now it's another fresh set of downs for the Ravens now from the York 42. Decides to throw. Good completion there to Stavros Leonis, who takes a big hit for his trouble, but picks up 7 or 8 yards there. So I think that's a trade for me. He'll trade 8 yards for a hit. Another quick throw. throw. That one's behind.
Keyshawn Reed rushes for 2 yards to the York 42. Peyton Ryder with the tackle.
Couldn't reel that one in from behind him. This will bring up an interesting situation for Corey Grant and Nathaniel Griffith, who, if I was
Barnes passes complete to Stavros Leons for 8 yards to the
third and 2 is how it sits.
to the 8-yard line, to the 34-yard line. Elijah Barnes passes incomplete, so it's going to be his 3rd and 2.
Very true. Just 20 seconds until we do flip that field at the end of the third quarter. Barnes looking to throw off the play action. He's got a man wide open. Completes to McDonald. McDonald ridden out of bounds, but not before a huge gain.
Barnes passes to Nash McDonald for 32 yards to the York 2. Gordon Walsh with the tackle. German Heritage Oktoberfest. No, that movie Oktoberfest was a good movie.
Last play of the third quarter coming here. Lions lead by 1. Defense trying to hold the Ravens to a field goal. Barnes off the play action in trouble. Taken down. Jaden Dix got there. And the flag does come in.
So it's a sack for Matthew Thiel for 11 yards to York 13. However, there's penalty on York. Unnecessary roughness, 1 yard to the 1-yard line. No play. Yes, beer emojis. The hard thing is going to be trying to do my rankings.
Unnecessary roughness because the horse collar on Jaden Dix. So what seemed like a great play by the Lions defensive end instead is turned against him, and we will have another last play of the third quarter. 1st and goal from the 1. Georges into the game for Carleton. He's able to plunge in and get the touchdown. So at the end of the third quarter, the Ravens take the
Zachary Georges rushed for a 1-yard touchdown in the York end zone. So that will give Ravens a 30-25 lead going into the 4th quarter.
Internet issues here at Yorkline Stadium. Opening day for us as well, you know. But yes, 25-30, the little Ravens now lead the Lions. Matt, I think this is exactly what people were hoping they would get out of this opening game of the season. It's an exciting back and forth affair between two teams that are real sort of wild cards. Right now, that safety that the Ravens took in the first quarter is really playing a huge role, keeping the Lions within a touchdown of this game. 4th quarter coming up in just a minute and 20 seconds. It'll start with a kickoff after the Ravens scored a touchdown at the end of the third. But, Matt, the Ravens offense that looked good to start the game, starting to get its feet back under themselves once again here. What do you want to see from them more in the 4th?
National Lampoon's Europe Vacation Grindelwald's in Europe. Okay. I'm taking that to movie reference. Oh, you need a Canadian version. Gotcha. So we're going to start off the 4th quarter in the York Carleton game. 5:12 p.m. on a Sunday. We got an hour and 45 minutes left until the Queens Toronto kickoff.
Touchdown game, 6 points separate the Ravens and the Lions here on the
This quarter will probably take like half an hour ish, so it'll be like quarter to 6. Yes, John Candy is one of my favorite actors. Uncle Buck, Chef's Kiss.
Fourth quarter time. See how Carleton Ty wants to get us started here on the fourth quarter.
Blues Brothers was another good movie. Carleton Thigh kicks off for 68 yards to the York end zone. Malik Gagne-Smith returns for 23 yards to the York 20. Raheem Lindsay with the tackle.
No one wants to take a penalty in the fourth quarter, especially an extracurricular penalty.
Refresh. How is it looking so far?
So a long way to go for Maurice Soja and the Lions offense, but plenty of talent with which to go forward.
Yes, I read that. Oh, okay, it's still adding it.
Wheels out, looking deep, got a man at shallow once again, leaps and pulls it in. Jaden Shallow from Maurice Soja.
Soja passes to Shallow for 44 yards to the Carleton 46. Jake Henderson with the tackle.
Huge chunk of yards.
Trailer Park Boys go to Kitchener. I'm sure that one was made out in Halifax, if I'm not mistaken.
Got his man. Zach Smith taps the toes, gets the catch. Nice job there from the former University of Calgary Dino. Zach Smith is he.
Maurice Soja completes to Zachary Smith for 6 yards to the Carleton 40. Out of bounds, so it's 2nd and 4. Yes, we are in the fourth quarter.
There's 5 on the board here for the York Lions.
York Lions are down by 6. Maurice Soja passes to Jaden Shallow for 8 yards, so it's going to be a first down York.
More receiving yards onto that as well. Fresh set of downs for the Lions. They'll try a handoff to number 20, Sam Cowan. He'll pick up enough yards to make it 2nd and manageable. He looked like he got 3 on that one. Maybe they'll give him 4. Trying to figure out a thing or two about the Carleton coverage. Soja throws it short, caught by Shallow once again. Gets the fresh set of downs as Jaden Shallow moves across the Carleton 15. Ravens starting to give up a little bit of space in this defense, and York with their eyes on tying and then taking the lead.
Fake like you're going to snap the ball to see what the defense is doing. Shallow had Jake Henderson who completely turned around and didn't want to get burned by the speed of Shallow. They adjust the play, push the route, beats a guy, and he's got another Lions first down. Really well done by the York offense.
Just under 12 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Soja's going to run. Gets around one man, brought down by the second.
Soja rushes for 6 yards to the Carleton 8. Joel
Like that might have been
Chikwi with the tackle.
Joel Chekwi, pardon me. I think that was Joel Chekwi who brought down.
Oh, that's the Godfathers, the Blue Brothers. Oh yeah, big play. That soundtrack is all good time great.
So he had the chance to flip that up over the defender to try and get Zach Smith, who was open towards the goal line, but he tucked the ball in too early and only picks up a couple yards.
Second down and 4 for the Lions. Soja pulls Rex Walker in to stand to his left. Walker tries to get free. He's going for the end zone. He's got CJ Vincent in his jump ball. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Lions. CJ Vincent.
Maurice Soja passes to CJ Vincent for 8 yards.
Saskatchewan, 6-2-2-12. Maurice Soja said, here you go.
And
Go up and get it.
you know what that means. The game is tied 31-31.
At first, that ball's going into double coverage, but like you said, 6-2-2-12, you trust your guy to go up and win the 50-50. That's probably more of a 60-40 ball. And CJ Vincent comes down with a difficult catch. A great drive by the Lions offense there. There, Nathan Walker, PAT, from takes the lead.
That's exactly the role that Vincent found himself in last year with Keegan Hall throwing the ball. Was the big body guy who could make a tough catch in the end zone, in the red zone. CJ Vincent. What a catch.
This one's going to come down to the end. I can feel it. This is a typical tie-cat game. Touchdown for touchdown. Nathan Walker's going to kick off for 55 yards to the Carleton 10. Keyshawn Reed's going to return for 19 yards to the Carleton 29.
See what happens on special teams here, where there's been a lot of tough, gnarly football. Walker give it the boot, now into the wind, which seems to be a little less strong than it was before. Fielded by Keyshawn Reed. Lets it develop, and now tries to make a move. Oh, a big open field hit there. Leo Svez snuffed out the return, and he's fired up as he heads to the sideline. Great play there by a really impressive coverage unit today under Fraser Sopik in his debut as the York Lions special teams coordinator.
Yeah, you can't ask for much more of your special teams coordinator, especially in your debut. It's been big hit after big hit. It might not be today, but we will likely see a Lions.
Well, that's not what I want.
Special teams specifically, if they keep hitting the way they're hitting today.
We'll see if Elijah Barnes can answer. Maurice Soda tries a quick pass once again. It's caught there. Ben Huckabone reels it in, and that'll be a first down. Nice, easy catch for 11 or 12, and a moving of the chains there to start the drive for Carleton. Looks like Huckabone's a little shaken up on the far sideline. Fred Hashey goes over to check on him, stretch him out. Might just be a cramp.
Yeah, listen, this Lions defense is getting real comfortable sitting back. They don't want Barnes to beat them downfield. But you take a look at a play like that, the ball essentially unmarked. That's because the closest defender was 5 yards downfield, respecting the speed, respecting the.
Yeah, but how do I?
You gotta try and make these throws a little tougher for Elijah Barnes.
Yeah, not a guy who's going to miss a lot of makeable throws if you give them to him. One of the best quarterbacks in the OUA. As we wait to see, hopefully, Ben Huckabone get back to his feet, and that's exactly what he does. Able to jog back all the way across to the Carleton sideline. Wishing him all the best.
So I should be able to.
Seems like he should be back in the game soon if the way he's moving right now is any indication. First and 10 coming up here for the Ravens from from the Carleton 42-yard line. No Ben Huckabone on the play, of course, as he injury. Barnes brings him in tight. Plenty of blocking for Keyshawn Reed as he tries to make something happen. Plunges up for about half of what he needed. That'll set up an easier second down for the Carleton Ravens. Nice run there by Reed.
Elijah Barnes passes to Benjamin Huckabone for 13 yards to the Carleton 42-yard line. Keyshawn Reed rushes for 5 yards to the Carleton 47-yard line. So it's 2nd and 5.
Second and short for Carleton, and it's another handoff to Keyshawn Reed. Has to sort of get his blocker out of the way. That's enough time for the York defensive front to get through. St. Apia got there. He's been all over this game for York, and that'll bring up 3rd and 3 or 4, and it looks like we're going to see the punt team.
I'm a little shocked to see the Carleton Ravens offense beat the ball out of Elijah Barnes' hand with how well he's been throwing the ball here in the second half. But like I mentioned moments ago, this Lions coverage hasn't been playing very tight. They only need a few yards to go back-to-back runs. Not sure it's what I would have done, but also there's a reason I'm up here.
Let's wait.
See you can do with the wind at his back. Good kick way down the field. Much better than what he had earlier. Malik Gagne-Smith has some room to get going, though, and he slips.
Jonas passing punts for 47 yards to the York 16. Malik Gagne-Smith returns for 14 yards to the York 30. Raheem Lindsay with the tackle. So that was 18 plays on, or 18 yards on 3 plays. Only a minute 30 or 53 eclipse. Everybody loves somebody to love. Great song for the 4th quarter. Listen, as long as we don't play Sweet Caroline, I'm good. I'm tired of listening to Sweet Caroline. York at 9:06 left in the 4th quarter. Rex Walker rushes for 1 yard to the York 31. Prince Onyemali with the tackle.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10 here. Soja looking to throw. Gets the extra block from Walker. Now he's got room. He's going deep. Didn't get enough under it. And unfortunately, Nick Schwab.
Maurice Soja pass incomplete.
Short, and that'll be a quick 2 and out for the Carleton, or for the York Lions.
And by the time he turned around and located the ball, he was far away enough that he was not getting back to it. Very weird 4-play sequence from both of these offenses, getting away from what's working very well. York had a chance to really work something there straight away from where they
They look at the stat line for Maurice Soja here, his OUA debut. That screen hadn't frozen here.
Nathan Walker punts 38 yards to the Carleton 41. Jamie Chambers returns for 13 yards to the Carleton 54-yard line.
No interceptions. 36 rushing yards leads the team as well for this York Lions new quarterback, and I think this is something to be very happy with. He had a couple scary moments with a fumble, lost that sort of gave the momentum to Carleton, really let them back in the game after York went out to a 12-0 lead. But aside from that, and a couple sort of understandable U-Sport debut moments, it's been a very strong showing from Maurice Soja. Speaking of people who like their quarterback, Elijah Barnes back into the game for Corey Grant. And
Elijah Barnes passes to Frederick Hatchie for 40 yards to the York 16-yard line.
That has been there for the Carleton Ravens. Barnes to Hashi with a huge gain, and now Carleton set up to take the lead on this drive.
And that was more what I was expecting to see on the last drive where they ran back-to-back plays and it's a versatile way. You roll out Barnes' strong side, find Hashi downfield. It's been pitch and catch for them all game long.
It really has, despite the fact that it's a pretty long pitch to get to the catch. They have been They have connected on some huge plays here this afternoon, and that one came right when the Ravens needed it. Barnes hands it off to Morin. Matthew Morin gets a yard or two before he's knocked down, and Jaden Dix signaled for a flag and got one. We'll see if there was a hold there. Came after the play was over. Yards is the distance on that last connection between Barnes and Hashi. Fred Hashi up to 8 catches for 189 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think we might be looking at our OUA Offensive Player of the Week here. It's still early, but what a performance it's been for him. You mentioned Matt Tristan Reddy no longer with this Carleton program. A lot of eyes then switched to Fred Hashi, and he has stepped up.
Matthew Morin rushes for 3 yards to the York 13, but there's a penalty on Carleton for holding. So they go back to the 26-yard line.
Barnes looking for a throw, never turning around.
Barnes throws incomplete to Benjamin Huckabone.
And after the holding penalty, that'll bring up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, that's overused since Joe Dirt for sure, and I with the dude to New England's man.
They wanted to run the same thing, make it more of a 2nd and manageable than 2nd and 20.
2nd and 20. Here we go. Ooh, I'm wrong. It's 31-32.
Certainly in field goal position.
Not 31-31.
Right now, the Lions
31-32.
Elijah Barnes off the field. Barnes looking to run. He's going to try and get all the way down to the 6. He didn't get there. He was forced out of bounds around the 11 or the 12.
Barnes rushes for 15 yards to York 11. Maxim Roberts with the tackle. So there is a penalty on York for 10 yards.
You talked, Matt, about discipline, and that is a tough one for the York Lions. Had the stop on 2nd and 20, probably had the Ravens in a field goal situation, considering the score and the time and all that. And now the Lions defense has to stay on the field after the illegal contact penalty.
Illegal contact penalty.
Looks like it extends the drive, but on the other hand, if it was the Nash McDonald drag contact,
Elijah Barnes pass complete to Dante Spadacini for a loss of 5 yards to York 21.
Shovel play swallowed up. Dante Spadacini came through on the
Spadacini.
Jaden Dix read it perfectly. What a play.
Unless it's on the field, these teams are fighters.
Yeah, replayed the 2nd down after the penalty, and looks like we are going to see Carleton tie kick for the lead here. It's going to be less than a 30-yard attempt for the 4th year.
So Carleton Thigh is going to be kicking a field goal.
Wind still at his back there. It's picked back up. Here we go. A huge kick here with 5 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the game. York currently leads by 1, 32-31. Kick is up from Ty and straight down the middle.
And Ravens retake the lead.
Carleton now leads
34-32. So the lead by 2.
right around that 20, 25-yard line before you feel even remotely comfortable with a field goal. You got your quarterback making his OUA debut. You got to keep attacking through the air, though. That's pretty much the most effective way.
Maurice Soja.
4 plays, 35 yards, 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
OUA debut. He has been up to the task for the most part here. York fans, no doubt, feeling good about number 2 at quarterback, but now a huge test for him. 5.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth and final quarter.
5.5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
I think Carleton might have to give some safety help over to the side of Jaden Shallow. He has been so good at making players as finding the open space that you might just want to help there and make somebody else beat you.
It's been Jaden Shallow all game long. 6 catches for 141 yards and a touchdown. Maurice Soja at 192 passing yards. So all but 51 of his yards going to one man, his old CJFL teammate, Jaden Shallow. And we know York missing Avery Ford, who would probably be their number 1 wide receiver option in this game. The rushing attack hasn't been there a ton for the Lions today. Rex Walker's been the lead back, 6 runs for only 24 yards for the the second year back. Maurice Soja is the leading rusher with 36 yards.
I would like to see them try and get a ball to David Joker here. Got open a couple times on that opening drive. Dropped a couple of passes.
York Lions should stick the head after today.
Into the pile. Got close to the first down yardage, but just wasn't able to break that.
Maurice Soja rushes for 11 yards to the York 11, so it's going to be a first down York. Great start to the OUA Football. Listen, we have one more game to go today for the week 1. And then next weekend we get to see Western play. We have Western's on a first week bye, so we don't get to see Western play yet.
For the York Lions and Maurice Soja. He's trying to run this time, not as successful. The Carleton defensive line. Oh, some extracurriculars after the play. That was Philip Jurjevic get tangled up with a blocker. Might have been David.
Maurice Soja rushes for 1 yard to the York 47. DeAndre McKenzie with the tackle, so it's 2nd and 9.
Second and 12 is the official measurement as Soja looks over the middle, slipping and
incomplete.
The ball could get to him.
Soja passes incomplete to CJ Vincent.
And that'll bring out Nathan Walker.
Nathan Walker's going to come out and punt.
There's still 4 minutes and 1 second left on the clock here.
4 minutes and 1 second left. They're up by 2. They're going to punt. Ravens are going to get the ball back.
That they can give their quarterback another chance.
Yeah, that was probably Soja's, I'll call it least impressive throw of the day. It was well behind CJ Vincent.
Countess bobbled and now in trouble.
Walker punts 54 yards to the Carleton 9. Jamie Chambers returns for 3 yards to the Carleton 12. But York gets a no yards penalty for 5 yards to the Carleton 17.
Yards, so it'll still be within.
So 3:34 left in the fourth quarter.
They will start this drive with 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the game. Lions
Elijah Barnes pass complete to Frederick Hatchie for 7 yards to the Carleton 24. Peyton Ryder with the tackle.
Especially on second and long here. So we'll see what kind of situation they can put themselves in. Lions give up the completion. Big hit there. Ball might be loose. Lions are saying they have the ball. It was a big hit on the Carleton receiver. We'll see what the officials say. It was Hashi who scrambled. Lions are celebrating. Still no symbol from the officials. It was certainly as Hashi was going down that the Lions say the ball came out. They came away with it, but was he down? Yeah, another official comes in.
Down on the field looks to be
So is this turnover?
Let's see what the officials rule here. It would- And it looks like the officials are going to say that it is second down. Hashi was able to get to the ground before losing the ball.
Second down, Hashi was able to get down to the ground without losing the ball.
It was okay with Fred Hashi as the Lions come.
So it's 2nd and 3 for Carleton.
Instead, they'll have to hold Carleton on 2nd and short. We'll see what Elijah Barnes can do without his number one receiving weapon, Nash McDonald, the receiver on the near side of the field. Empty backfield. Barnes looking for the quick throw. Blown up and dropped. Great play by Israel Arunde as he
Pass incomplete from Barnes to Keyshawn Reed. Israel a yard day with the tackle.
Two huge hits. That's a phenomenal play to get around the block of Nash McDonald and get over to Keyshawn Reed. He looks to be in some considerable discomfort, though. That'd be a big loss for this Carleton offense.
Yeah, took a big hit in the back, and like we said, just I don't think he knew it was coming, had no time to brace himself, was focused on trying to reel in the football. Almost did make the catch, but just sort of bobbled it as he went to the ground. We'll take a short break here as the Carleton team attends to Keyshawn Reed. Keyshawn Reed able to jog back to the field under his own power. That's certainly nice to see. Hopefully we can see the running back in the game soon for Carleton. And now the Carleton punt team will take the field. We were sort of note for a second there, Matt. That would have been a bold call by Corey Grant to go for it on 3rd and 4 inside his own 30. Instead, he will punt with 2 minutes and 59 seconds left to go here. In the 4th quarter, Maurice Soja is going to get another chance at taking the lead in this game. Kick is away. It's a big kick. They ran into the punter. The Lions hit the punter, and it looks like they won't, in fact, get Maurice Soja that chance just yet.
Ooh, Lions run into the punter. That's huge. Jonas punts 49 yards to the York 37. Malik Gagnon Smith returns for 25 yards.
Ball goes against the Lions as we expected.
But it's a 10-yard penalty, no play. So
for the first year, just when the defense played so well to get the
So Ravens offense is back on the field.
Seconds left. They're going to have to force more stops.
We've been praising the special teams all afternoon long. But we also said at the beginning of this quarter, it could come down to discipline. And that's one of those penalties that, the freshman is probably going to hear about over the course of the week, depending on the ending of this game.
Tough break for the young player, Randy Noel. Barnes looking to throw on 1st down. Jaden Dix on him, just had to dump it away. Moran makes the catch, stays on his feet. Matthew Moran making something happen, takes another big hit. Jaden Dix.
Elijah Barnes pass complete to Matthew Moran for 2 yards to the Carleton 36. Peyton Ryder with the tackle.
Pick up an extra couple of yards, turn a negative into a positive, and now it's 2nd and about 7. They'll put 8 on the scoreboard for the Carleton Ravens. They've been so good in this situation today, man.
Yeah, and another Raven down. It's Matthew Moran, but it's easy to make these situations feel easier than they are. We've got a guy like Elijah Barnes playing as well as he is today, building the rollouts, create some extra time, find open guys downfield. But they've been struggling these last few possessions in large part because of Jaden Dix's ability to get some havoc. He's finally creating some havoc off the edge. Barnes has to make his decision quicker before the routes develop, before the chaos ensues. And it's really giving the Lions offense defense some help, and he'll look to do that again here on this 2nd and long.
Moran headed to the sideline. Fred Hashi is back into the game for Carleton. Keyshawn Reed still on the sideline as well. We'll see if he goes in for Moran. I don't think he will just yet. It might be Joshua Downey if the Ravens elect to go with the tailback at all here on 2nd and long. And I think it is indeed Joshua Downey, the first year, who will line up next to Barnes and block for him as Barnes wheels out to his left. Got a man. Doesn't.
Elijah Barnes pass incomplete to Donnie Spadaccini.
And once again, the Lions defense is able to get off the field.
So they ran that play called 3 or 4 times in this half. And every time the guy underneath has been open, and that guy that, it was 85 there, he was open as well.
I thought that was who he was going to throw to.
That's where you run into that issue. Spadaccini said, okay, I'm open. This ball looks like it's close enough to my vicinity. I got to make a play for it. Meanwhile, Hucklebane's behind him, wide open, past the first down marker. Pass that likely would have hit him in between the numbers. Missed opportunity there for the Ravens.
Lions give the punter plenty of room that time, and it's another big kick. Willie Gagne-Smith trying to get up the sideline. Picks up 10 or 15 more wrestling down near where the punt was fielded. But, Jonah Pazian, who had a tough punt to start the game, has really rebounded well, and he's had some big kicks to make life hard for the York Lions.
Yeah, and I think it's possible we weren't giving him enough credit about that first kick was into the wind, right? So
very true.
Jonas Passon punts for 45 yards to the York 29. Malik Gagnon-Smith returns for 13 yards to the York 42.
2 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time for Maurice Socha to work with. Looking to throw on first down. Just dumps it off to Cowan. Sam Cowan going for a bit of a run. He got close to first down yardage. Didn't quite get there. 2 minutes, 1 second now on the clock. Lions stuck 2, trying to win the opening game of the season.
Murisaja. Oh.
All eyes right now.
I jumped the gun.
Quarterback in his OUA debut, Maurice Socha. He hands it off to Sam Cowan once again, getting a couple looks here. Rex Walker, not the running back right now for the York Lions. First down, York with 1:44 remaining.
Soja passes to Sam Cowan for 2 yards to the Carleton 54.
Barnes looking to his right. He's in trouble. Just takes the safety valve to Cowan. Once again, it's been all Sam Cowan here. That time he's tripped up after a gain of only a few yards.
There's another screen pass there for Soja. A little conservative for my likings here. He's been able to kind of air it out all day long. I'd have no problem, again, going 6 wide and giving him the opportunity to show his ability.
2nd and 10 for Maurice Soja. Soja flushed out to his right. Man in his face, looking deep into double coverage. Jaden Shallow makes the catch, but he was about 5 yards out of bounds.
Maurice
Down with that one.
Soja passes incomplete to Jaden Shallow.
That'll bring up 3rd and 10 with a
So 3rd and 8
I think this is go for it territory, Matt.
coming up.
Keep an eye on CJ Vincent. Sure hands, big body. See, all the Lions receivers need to make sure they're on the right side of that first down line. Soja looking for first down yardage just over the head of Jaden Shallow, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Tough now for the Lions to get back in this one. 55 seconds remain. It looks like Carleton will be able to run this out.
Yeah, a tough end to that game. What we thought was going to be last possession gets the chance to win. The Lions had that opportunity, but didn't connect on a pass to Jaden Shallow. But I think that just shows you the excitement around
So it's going to be
those second and 10 and third.
Ravens ball.
Comfortable for the quarterback, of course, the throw to the guy that he knows best. Barnes, handoff on first down. Keyshawn Reed's back in the game.
Keyshawn Reed rushes for 9 yards to the York 47.
Sets up a chance for Carleton.
See if the Lions can stop them to get the ball back.
It wasn't pretty by any means, but
Because there's less than a minute left.
however they can get it.
Yeah, Lions led this game 12-0, and since then the Ravens on a 34-20 run. Really impressive balance.
34-20.
In this season opener, the York Lions plenty to build on, plenty to work with here. But maybe Fred Hashi was just a little too unstoppable for York in this one.
You run into that issue, and it doesn't hurt Carleton to have a guy like Elijah Barnes able to throw off balance on the run, just make any throw that you can ask the quarterback to make.
It's still second down. Chance for the Lions to maybe punch a ball out or something like that. We still got a couple more plays that are going to have to be run before the Ravens can celebrate this one. 49 seconds remain. Carleton up by 2. What has been a very entertaining game here at York Lions Stadium. Handoff to Reed. He swarmed. Did not get the first down yardage. So that'll bring up third and short.
3rd and short.
45 seconds.
So that means that
Looks like it's about maybe a yard or two to go.
he had no gain on second down.
Not much success today, Zachary Georges. He's been stuck, I want to say, on 50% of those short yardage opportunities by this Lions defense. Do you punt and hit the Lions deep? Personally, I give this back to Elijah Barnes. Let him do his thing. Only a yard or two. But again, we've spoken about he's 6'5", a big body in his own right. Keep the ball in the hands of your big-time quarterback. Let him do his thing.
Barnes is coming back in the game. Maybe I'm a little more cautious than you and Corey Grant, Matt. But if I'm just booting this ball deep, only 45 seconds left. Sure, the Lions have connected on a couple big yardage plays today, but I want to force the quarterback in his debut to go as far as possible rather than potentially giving him a short field here if you mess up the snap or something like that. Barnes does roll out. He's immediately under pressure, has to get the ball away. Knocked down.
Barnes
Lions are going to get the ball back with 41 seconds left.
throws incomplete. So Lions are going to get the ball back with 41 seconds left. Here we go. 41 seconds. And the ball is at. Where are they putting the ball?
There was even a second once they got to the line there. I thought maybe they were just going to try and get him to jump offside. But a play action pass there.
Play just got blown up, though. Elijah Barnes was immediately under pressure, and the Ravens didn't have time to do anything what they want. So Maurice Soja needs at least 20 yards, maybe more like 30, to get within comfortable field goal range for Nathan Walker. Let's see what he can do. Looking short for this one. Connects with Zach Smith. Just picks up a gain of 3 or 4.
Soja pass complete to Zach Smith for 5 yards to the York 52.
5 seconds left. Of course, the clock stopping in between plays here in Canadian football will be blown in a moment once everyone is set.
The wind doesn't look too crazy, so I guess the target area is roughly that 35-yard line.
Soja now moving, gonna have to run for it, scampering, gets out of bounds, gets the first down. Nathan Walker warming up on the sideline. It could all come down to the 50 years leg. A great contributor to this program.
Soja rushes for 7 yards to the Carleton 51.
The York offense went through some struggles. We mentioned he worked out with the Argos, was part of their team for a chunk of the offseason, and then they said, go back to York, play your 5th year here,
Timeout, Carleton.
get even better. Timeout is called by the Ravens to give their defense a chance to rest. 26 seconds remain on the clock. Ball now on the Carleton side of the field, the 51, to be precise. Does Maurice Soja have 15 or so more yards in him to give Nathan Walker a chance?
That's all you can ask for. Get that. We'll call it 15-20 as it looks like the wind's picking up a little bit here. But if
Yeah, pressure on the D now.
you've done just about
has made 3 field goals today, including from 50 yards. That was during our technical difficulties at the start of the third quarter. The one he missed was from 52, but he had the leg on it, just sent it wide. He's also 3 for 3 on extra points. One of the best kickers in the OUA, just needs a chance to win this season opener for the York Lions as they are still down by 2.
So they're at the 51-yard line.
Soja with Rex Walker to his back. Now
2nd and 5.
Sweep it out to Smith. Zach Smith got some room to run. He's got
Zach Smith runs it for 15 yards to the Carleton 36, Ryan Grant.
Nathan Walker's range now. 21 seconds.
On
Lions will get set.
Ryan Grant with the tackle. 21 seconds left.
Zach Smith has some wheels. He's one of those guys where you find a way to get the ball in his hands any way you can. And now the ball on the 36-yard line. Lions have to be careful. Letting the clock tick. So can't get on the same page for the handoff. Now he's forced to scramble. He's going to go backwards.
Oh, he lost yards.
And this is going to make life harder.
So just sacked for 4 yards to the Carleton 40. Ooh, it comes down to this play. Because if I'm not mistaken,
so Nathan Walker has his life made a little bit harder. This is going to be a 47-yard field goal from the right hash mark to win the game. 0-0s on the clock. It all comes down to this.
0-0s on the clock. It comes down to this field goal. 52-yarder, is it? And York wins with no time left on the clock. The team owes that kicker a 47-yard field goal to win the game. They owe that guy a steak. Definitely did not see that coming.
Ice in the veins of Nathan Walker, who has been
definitely did not see that coming.
5 years and gets maybe his biggest moment as a York Lion.
Just a victory that looks like it was a defeat just moments prior. A third down stop. You get your guy into field goal range thanks to the drive from OUA's debut quarterback, Maurice Soja.
Let's go look at the box score.
Strong performance from this Lions game. A disappointing loss to the Carleton. You can see some heads hanging there on the handshake line. But what a performance from Nathan Walker. 4 of 5 on field goals. The only one he missed from 52. I'd say that's a pretty strong start to your 5th year.
Win by 1 game.
So, and what a play by
Let's look at this box score.
the Lions within field goal range on the jet sweep. Smith with a fantastic
4 sacks.
And I say, be careful. He's a kicker. Nathan Walker is.
Each team had 70 yards in penalties.
Okay, in that pile. What a finish!
220-yard returns.
What a finish to the game. You couldn't ask
Number of
for anything
punts.
more. Folks, we are in for a fun year of OUA football.
Oh, we are.
For the rest
We
of the
are.
games this weekend. We hope we'll see you in
Elijah Barnes, 415 yards.
In the meantime, Lions are in London next week for a tough test in the Western Mustangs. But for now, for everyone here at York,
Soja with 65 rushing yards.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Man,
You've been watching York Lions football.
Hachi, 196 yards, almost 200 yards just on his first game alone. Yeah, that was the kick for the game. It ended up being 35-34 with that walk-off field goal. 196 for Hachi. My Lord. I don't even think I've ever seen anyone in this. Oh, no, I can't say that because I've seen some CFL receivers get 200 yards. No kick returns for this. This Carleton had, 3 sacks? York had 1 sack. No kick returns for touchdowns, though. So I will be back in an hour. As at 7 o'clock, we have the Queens at Toronto Varsity Blues. So we'll be back for that live stream. No more falling behind because that will be live. But I do appreciate everyone for stopping by. Isidore, fan of the game for this one, for joining us for the whole live stream. Very much appreciated. But yeah, after the 7 o'clock game, we also have the BC Lions at Ottawa, which we will have later tonight. But I do appreciate everyone for stopping by, and have yourself a great rest of your evening.